Hey everyone, so if you have the 2019 version of the Amazon Fire 7, should you upgrade to the new 2022 version? So there are a few reasons why you should and some reasons why you should not. But first, let's do a few specs here. So the new one now has 2 gigabytes of RAM compared to just 1 on the old one. And the new one is rocking the same processor as is in the 2020 or the newest version of the HD8 and HD8 Plus. So you're getting a better processor and you're getting 1 more gigabyte of RAM. 1 more gigabyte of RAM does not sound like much, but if you are somebody who has ever tried to do gaming on the old version of the 7, you'll know it is horrible at it. And I mean, it kicks you from like every game I try to play. The new one is a lot better at gaming. So that is a big reason why you'd want to upgrade to the new one. As if you want to do any sort of gaming at all, it is a lot better at it because of that extra gigabyte RAM and better processor. But going back quickly to physical differences here, then we'll get into our actual reasons. Is you'll see the old one is a little bit taller, but the new one's actually a little bit wider. They move the camera to the side here, so if you are doing any sort of video calling, you will not have your finger in the way, or it will not be at a weird angle. Whereas up here, when you turn this sideways, your camera will be on this side and your finger might get in the way. Or not, it will be looking right at you from the top. You now get USB Type-C for charging, so it charges up faster. And you can now do up to a 1 terabyte, that's right, 1 terabyte micro SD card expansion. The old one was not as much. I believe it was maybe 512, I want to say. So you do get more. If you want, you can do a bigger micro SD card. Alright, but now for reasons why you would want to upgrade. Again, this is a lot better at gaming. To me, this is probably the biggest reason why you'd want to, is because it is better at gaming. If you want to buy this for a kid who wants to do some Roblox on it, the old one, you basically couldn't do any Roblox in my experience. The new one, any game I've thrown at it for the most part has played just fine. And that's even with video recording at the same time. Actual built-in screen recording at the same time. It plays pretty much any Roblox game I've thrown at it just fine. Again, old one would kick you from it. Or if you want to do any sort of apps, it's like I've done Duolingo on this old one. I actually have a video on that. It works okay, but you can tell the device does not like it, and it starts to get very hot pretty quick. The new one will be better at apps like that as well. So any sort of heavier apps, including gaming, the new one's going to be a lot better at. Another reason why you might want to upgrade is just so you have something that is more future-proof than your old one, so it will last longer into the future than this one will. So those are 2 main reasons why you want to upgrade. You're going to future-proof yourself a little bit better, and then also for heavier apps like gaming, it would be a lot better for. So reasons why you might not want to upgrade. So if you bought this device for e-reading, so we'll go into Kindle app here. If you bought it for e-reading, they are basically the same. I wouldn't say one's really any better than the other for e-reading. This is still a very good device for e-reading. And if you want a device just for e-reading and you do not have either of these yet, you can probably find one of these things for super duper cheap. Alright, so I went into Calvin and Hobbes here. And these are both 7-inch displays, of course. And you can really see, just because the aspect ratio is a tiny bit different, with this one being taller, this one being a little wider, in a way the old one's actually, in a way it's almost better by a tiny bit if you have them next to each other. But they both look really good. Both brightnesses are up all the way, and you can zoom in, and if I do it right, there we go. So you can zoom in on both of these, which is really cool compared to an e-ink e-reader where you cannot do that. Well, you can do it, it just takes forever, and you do not get actual color. Like the Kindles, you do not get actual color in on them. These are really excellent for e-book reading. I would not say one is really any better than the other one. Yeah, and actually, again, everybody's will be a little bit different on this. It seems like they don't seem to make every Amazon Fire say 7 exactly the same. So like my old one is actually, the whites are a little bit more white. The new one's actually a little bit more yellow. But everybody seems to be a little bit different. Some people's are more white, some people's are more yellow. I don't know why, just how they make them. They don't seem to be able to get them 100% the same. But point is, they're both very good for ebook reading. If you're going to be doing things like watching YouTube, both of these will be just fine for that. You can get Google Play Store on both of these. You should be able to, at least. My new one's having issues getting it on here when working correctly. You can see I have it on the old one, which means you can get the actual YouTube app, and it works excellent. If you're able to do it on this one, it'll work well as well. So both are very good for YouTube. I want to say again, one's not really any better than the other one. Speaker wise, they both only have one speaker. They both basically sound the same. So you're not going to get better sound quality out of the new one either. Then one more thing I do want to mention though is the new one does have Fire OS 8 on it. It comes out of the box with it. The old one still, you guys can see I just did literally just did a check today. Let's see, it doesn't really tell you when it was, but this was installed on June 28th. This is actually June 10th. You guys can see this is running only Fire 7.3.2.3. This is 8.3.1.1. So you actually get Fire OS 8, and this is the first device to get Fire OS 8. My HD 8 Plus and my HD 10 have not even gotten that update yet. So you will also get a better operating system on the new one compared to the old one, or I should say an updated operating system, which basically gives you a built-in screen recorder and also gives you dark mode built in, amongst a few other things. So if you want the newest operating system, you'll have to get the newest version of the 7. So if you guys can think of any other reasons why to or why not to upgrade, let me know in the comments. Let's just do a quick recap here. So reasons why to upgrade is you'll get more RAM and you get a better processor in the device. Then it's better for gaming and it's better for heavier apps and tasks. Those would be the biggest reasons why, and it's also a bit more future proof than the old one. Reasons not to upgrade is if you're just going to be doing ebook reading, they both work the same. Just going to be watching YouTube, be basically the same. If you're actually just going to be doing normal web browsing and not going on to heavier websites, just do normal Google searches and stuff, they're basically both be the same. And actually in some cases, the old one, for some reason in my case, is actually a little bit faster on certain websites. So there's really not much of a upgrade to that. Again, you guys having other reasons, let me know. Leave a comment below. As always, I really do appreciate you. Let me know too if you are doing the upgrade or not. Personally, I am going to be keeping the new one, and I'll probably end up selling the old one. Yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. As always, I really do appreciate you. Hope you all have a good one. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.